Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. I'm Larry Ridley.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. The return man now is Danny Woodhead. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Cole Beasley, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw. They dump it off, complete to Dorsett. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
I think what we just saw in that drive, partner, is great practice, preparation, and poise. Not only did they score with little time left for them to retaliate, they chewed up enough time along the way while still getting the yardage they needed. That was an impressive drive.
Very methodical, and now barring something crazy on the kickoff, they've got this one. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. One receiver left, 3 to the right. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
One last throw here for Simeon. He's got time in the pocket. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that.
currently here in our Orlando studios.
Here's Brown out to kick this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Now it's Elway. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Elway. He hits Beasley right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend. I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're big.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Martellus Bennett, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game.
Well, I don't want to overlook the touchdown because that was huge. That ties the game. But you know where I'm going, don't you?
Need the PAT, and then you need to stop on defense.
Yeah, in a big way. The guy kicking the ball through the posts, that's where all the spotlight shifts to now.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gostkowski for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And now out come the Giants. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And he's got his man, Donnell. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And he spikes it with just a shade under a half a minute left. 29 seconds on the clock.
13, go 13, watch 13. I got you this side, I got you this side. We got three.
He's back to throw. Surveying the field. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they have the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.